Good day everyone, this is PatrickReyesTV and today we have a special car right here that has been built by multiple people from all over the world. We have the 2000 Honda Civic SiR. This is going to be a full in-depth review of the interior, exterior, and engine details of the SiR. So once again, this is PatrickReyesTV. Let's go and start. Now, the Honda Civic SiR comes with your taffeta white original paint. So this one is not modified or repainted in any way. What you're seeing right now is the actual paint that came with it 25 years ago. And this is the original key as well. So the Honda Civic SiR is your typical 90s car where you lock and unlock the doors with your key. Now, what we have on the door sidings is your plastic materials on the door sidings, typical of a 90s vehicle. And you have here an exclusive zigzag, what they call zigzag interior. And this only came with the 2000 and up Honda Civic SiR. So on this inserts right here, it comes on the seats as well. Now, going to the seats, you have your manual controls right here. You have your recliner, your seat adjustment for the height, and your seat position control right there on the bottom. Let's pull the seat all the way back and hop in. Now this is one of the best Honda Civic SiR interior that you would ever see in the Philippines. And this is what you get from the year 2000, except probably for this head unit right here. So let's go and try starting it up. Make sure it's in neutral. Fires right up. But of course, our typical fashion of the video review, before we go and check out the interior, let's go and check out the exterior first by turning on the headlights and the hazards. Now all windows are electrically powered and only the driver's side window is automatic down. One of the most sought out, requested, and mentioned vehicle is here. It's none other than the 2000 Honda Civic SiR. This Honda Civic is the 6th generation of its kind and came in many flavors, from a coupe, a hatchback, and a 4-door sedan. Some even modified the body to make a whole new 5-door hatchback. But before we go into the details of how this became an icon in the modern day car scene, let's go back in history for more than 2 decades and take a look on how it all began. In 1995, the 6th generation Civic was initially introduced only in Japan. A year later, it went global, and the Philippines launched the 6th generation Civic in 1996. During these times, the Honda Civic VTI was the top-of-the-line variant in the Civic lineup, boasting a 1.6-liter single overhead cam engine that produced more than 100 horsepower, and it may not sound a lot, but the Civics were known to be a light compact sedan. And with these combined, the Civic was agile, sporty, and appealing to many enthusiasts. With the success of the 6th generation Civic in the country, Honda Philippines launched the top-of-the-line, sporty, and iconic Honda Civic SiR in 1998. This was also the time when the 6th generation Civic got its first facelift. The Civic SiR was faster, more agile, had bigger brakes, a distinct interior design, a CD player, and best of all, it had VTEC. Oh, I forgot to mention it, didn't I? The Honda Civic SiR came with a 1.6-liter dual overhead cam B16A engine which produced a whopping 160 horsepower. Now, I know that doesn't sound a lot in this day's modern standards. But think about it. The Civic SiR didn't have any forced inductions or turbos. It was completely naturally aspirated, and to think that this was made almost 30 years ago, let me remind you that the Civic is just an economical vehicle to begin with. So you could imagine how the Civic SiR's engineering was meticulously built by enthusiasts and for the enthusiasts. So all in all, it ticked all the boxes for many, and maybe that's the reason why it became so popular. It was cheap, it was reliable, and it was fast. The 6th generation Civic's exterior was a big jump from the previous generation. It looked a lot bigger and modern than the 5th generation Civic. The front design is both simple and aggressive. The headlights came in an angular shape that gives the car a focused look. The Honda Civic SiR came in a redesigned grille, removing the chrome from the regular Civics and a slightly embossed logo that gives character to the SiR. On the side, you would see the total shape of this sedan, where the front is really dived in for better aerodynamics and overall shape of the Civic. You could also see the fender lights built in and the very proud dual overhead cam VTEC sticker on the rear door. On the rear, the taillights is where we see the most difference in the facelift model. It's a lot wider and more modern looking compared to the non-facelift model. For so many years, the Honda Civic SiR was the best-selling sport economy car in the Philippines, or maybe in some of the countries in the world as well.
Having a price tag of 734,000 when it was brand new,
this unit here was actually bought for 1 million pesos just this year in 2024, due to it being all original, virgin, and unmolested Civic SiR. There are only 3,003 Honda Civic SiRs made during its time in the Philippines, and getting one on your hands might be the best thing you can do as a car enthusiast. So, let's go and pop the hood and check out the engine.
the Honda Civic SiR came with the 1.6-liter B16A dual overhead cam VTEC engine, which produces 160 horsepower at 7,600 RPM and 150 Nm of torque at 7,000 RPM. The Civic SiR only came in the 5-speed manual transmission. 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration time is clocked at 7.6 seconds with a top speed rating of 250 km per hour. Mixed fuel consumption rating is rated at 9 km per liter with a fuel tank capacity of 45 liters.
So, let's go and hop in and check out the inside. There we go. So, you're first greeted on the inside with the 3-spoke steering wheel with leather stitchings that wraps around the steering wheel. This is, of course, power steering. And that horn is not the original sound of the Honda Civic SiR, but the steering wheel is all original. So you have your light stock right here with your signal indicators as well. And in here, you have your wiper control. Now, the steering wheel could also be adjusted with this one. So it has your tilting function. And of course, the Honda Civic SiR, which is the top of the line model during its time, it only came with a 5-speed manual. And all the way to the right for reverse. Now here on the bottom, you have your manual handbrake and some pockets in here, probably for your coins or some stuff you want to put in there. And of course, you have another pocket in here for extra storage. And this one comes with your cup holders because McDonald's and Jollibee has drive-thru during those times. And this one on the bottom is another slot for some storage. Pretty nice. And in here is supposed to be your ashtray, just in case you want to, smoke inside a vehicle. And you have your cigarette lighter in here, which is original, and your 12 volts DC outlet. Now, in here, you have your air conditioning control. So we are very familiar of what the air conditioning looks like because I'm pretty sure, if not on the internet, we have probably ridden one of this Honda Civics during its time. And, it's very basic. You have toggle switches in here, so you could change which air conditioning vents you would open up. And you have your temperature in here. Coldest to the left and warmest to the right. And you have your fan speed right here. Now, as you can see, you have AC button as well. Recircular vents, which is nice. Aircon is still cold as ever. And of course, the head unit, which is an aftermarket head unit. But what we could do with this aftermarket head unit is just listen to some music. And of course, when you turn on the head unit, the antenna on the back automatically opens, which I will show you right now. And so that's what happens when you turn on the radio, aftermarket or the original one, and the automatic antenna on the back still opens up. So let's try and listening to some music and check how the speaker sounds on the stock speakers that we have on this one since the year 2000.
Because Crystal Dulu conducted the BBC. Go dancing underneath the stars. Oh yeah, I want it all.
So right off the bat, the speakers on the back actually is the most powerful one. So that's what I could hear primarily here on the front, but technically the speakers are not the best. The Honda Civic was made to be an economical vehicle, not with a bunch of features. But what's so special about the SiR specifically is not really about the quirks and features of the interior. It's actually mostly about the performance of the Honda Civic SiR, hence why the people still love it till today. Now here on the air conditioning vents, you could adjust them manually if you want to. Hazard button is here. And your defogger. And this one is the one activating the vents right here on the dashboard that actually radiates to the windshield going to you as well. And you have here a rear view mirror with your one-click adjustment and map lights, of course, which is very helpful. It's not very common to see map lights for this year model. Window visors, and you have a vanity mirror on the passenger side. Now on the dashboard right here, it's all plastic material, but they added some premiumness in here. So this is not just your typical plastic, hard plastic, right? This one, but this one is a soft touch material, and it goes around the dashboard. And you know what's nice about this, that even after so many years, this one has been preserved to be as tip-top condition as it can be. And as you can see, the details in here is so pure and so original as it can be. And you know, comparing the Honda Civic EK, which is this one, and the Honda Civic EG, there's a ton or a significant difference on the interior. Coming from the EG, which I will show you right now, it's, you know, you could really feel the 90s vibe of the Honda Civic EG. But with the Honda Civic SiR, with the EK variant, it is in the middle of the 90s and the 2000s. And you could definitely see a ton of legroom, space, and you know, difference in the quality of the interior. The Honda Civic SiR EK really stepped up its game during its time. And in here is your glove compartment, quite wide as well. And in here you also have your original manuals that came with it from factory. So you have the Honda manuals right here, specifically for the Honda Civic, which is nice. Now I'll give you one more look on the interior right here. So this one, if you didn't catch it earlier, this is what they call the zigzag interior, and it only came on the 2000s Honda Civic SiR. So if you got a 99 Honda Civic SiR, it wouldn't come with this type of interior, and it goes all the way to the back. So let's go and check out the back area. You have your central lock control right there. Now on the back, you have the very similar design as well as in the front. As I have mentioned earlier, the zigzag design comes through the back as well and to the rear door sidings as well. Now you have plastic materials, same on the dashboard. It's a soft touch material that gives it that premiumness during its time. And in here you have your door handle, window control, and your door locks. Let's go and hop in. So sitting in the back, this is actually pulled all the way back and reclined a little bit just so I could get a better view on the front. And I could still sit pretty comfortably in here on the back. The legroom is not the best, but headroom is decent. And it's not decent, it's actually very good. And I'm 5'8" and I fit perfectly here on the back. And right here on the bottom, you also have some pockets on the back of the seats, which is quite nice. And in here is another ashtray. I really like how they really preserved the seat condition right here. It is still really comfortable here on the back, and there's no tear or any stains that we would see on the seats. This is really in pristine condition. So right here on the middle, you have your armrest, which is very soft actually. This one doesn't come with any plastic on the middle, so it's all soft material right here. And I could easily rest my arms right here on the middle. You know, this is actually the first time I've been so comfortable inside a Honda Civic. And you know, coming from a Civic that's 25 years old, I could still pretty much drive this every day and I would not complain. Here is the back speakers I was talking about earlier, which is the one very significant in terms of sound power inside. So as you know, the Honda Civic SiR does not come with speakers on the rear door sidings, but it has your rear speakers right here behind the seats. And right here you also have your third brake light, which is nice. So as you can see, everything is still in pristine condition. And right here on the top, you also have your central light. Here's the view of the front cockpit of the Honda Civic SiR year 2000. So as you can see, this right here, what you are seeing right now is the very iconic Honda Civic interior that we have been seeing for so many years on the internet or in person, from tuners to collectors to everyday users of the Honda Civic. this has been one of the most iconic interiors through the Honda lineup. So, as I've said earlier, the interior is really an upgrade from the Honda Civic AG, and it's not just the design but also the space is a lot more comfortable compared to the previous model. And this is probably what made the Honda Civic SiR a really popular car. So let's go and check out the trunk area. Now, here on the back, you have plenty of storage for you to put in. Probably 3 or 4 large luggages would fit on here quite comfortably. And it's a Honda Civic, so it's not a full-size sedan of all sorts, but it has decent space for you to put in, and it's very convenient as well. And you also have your ambient light right here, which automatically turns on when you pop out the trunk. Now, right on the bottom, you just want to pull this out and you would have your spare tire, which is the same as the original ones that's mounted on the car itself, which is quite nice. And what we have here is the actual Honda Cars Pampanga plate that came with the Honda Civic SiR from 25 years ago. So it's still here just for collector or collection purposes, but they actually printed a new one to better suit the condition of the vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed the full review of the Honda Civic SiR 2000. This has been a very great experience for me, as this is one of the most iconic, most sought out vehicle in the market today. So depreciation wise, it's one of the best in the market right now, and there's a lot of vehicles pertaining with this Honda Civic that has retained its value or probably appreciated more through the years. And you know, they say it's the kids car or college kids car, but technically if you dwell inside what makes the Honda Civic really popular and what makes it stand out compared to other tuner cars is because of the availability of parts, reliability, and the support that Honda gives still today with the Honda Civic SiR. You could actually bring this to the dealer and have them service it because there's abundant of parts, and you know, it's a very common car all over the world. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the full review of the Honda Civic SiR. There's a lot more to come, so please do subscribe, share, and like my videos. This is PatrickReyesTV signing out.